for general family viewing.
Afternoon, and many thanks for joining us this very wonderful afternoon. It is the first day of June, the year 2024. A very wonderful day that actually the Lord has made it possible for you and I to meet yet again for this On The Spot show, the best show in the land right now in the Republic of the Great 254. And of course, we'll be taking you through a lot of many sporting activities across the country. And remember, there is two very key important events happening. We have the preparation for the World Cup qualifiers for our young ladies, the under-17 teams, that is the Rising Starlets qualifiers that will be held in Ethiopia. And of course, Kenya will be up against Burundi this coming the 9th of June, that is next week. And of course, Kenya is set to travel to Ethiopia on Monday, the 5th of June. And we still have another very important qualifier. I'm talking about the Harambee Stars World Cup qualifiers, and they have two matches lined up. Their first fixture, which will be on the 9th of 7, that is on 7th of June, with their clash against Burundi. Then they'll take on the African Cup of Nations champions, that is Ivory Coast, and that is something that we'll be dwelling on it a little bit later on, just to bring you up to speed with what to expect as far as these qualifiers are concerned, and if really Kenya stands a chance of representing the country for the first time ever in the continental global showpiece. And of course, that is a discussion that we'll be bringing you in a very in detail and of course in-depth analysis. There is a lot of questions surrounding now. Remember, this is the Harambee Stars home match against Burundi and of course Ivory Coast, but it will be played away from home in Malawi. And there has been a lot of talks about this and the status of Kenya. Where does it leave our fans who would have really loved to go and support their team? And that is a big discussion. Remember, we have the Harambee Stars captain, that is Michael Olunga, and Injin Firat, the national head coach, just giving their views and reaction in regard to this very disturbing state of affairs. But nonetheless, the event must go on as planned, and that is something that we'll still take a look at it and see where we are, if we really fancy our chances, given the fact that it will be a neutral ground for both Burundi and of course Ivory Coast, but given the fact that this will serve as our home match, and that is where the dilemma is and the irony of it all. But remember, Kenya has been performing pretty well in the away matches, and this might usher in a little bit of hope to our boys, but it's just a matter of time, and of course time will tell. So it's something that we are following very closely, and of course we'd like to hear your views and thought on this particular subject, and of course just to share to us your thoughts and comment what you think about Harambee Stars playing their home match in Malawi, and we'll be dwelling in that a little bit later on. And here in the country, remember, we have the Kenya Basketball Federation playoffs. We have a couple of playoffs. This is the quarterfinals, and a couple of teams will just want to stake their claim and dominance as far as claiming this particular the 2024 Kenya Basketball Federation League is concerned, and that is something that we'll follow. And remember that particular the first final will be played today, and of course it will involve the General Service Unit against the Kenya Defense Forces. That is some sort of the military and paramilitary, some sort of derby. It's a friendly match, but nonetheless we have title and everything is at stake for both teams. And we'll be switching gears to now the big match, or rather the big match, the big event of the day, and that is the UEFA Champions League final between Real Madrid and of course Borussia Dortmund. Remember, these teams will be meeting for quite a long time. First team, the only history they remember is their trump in the 1997. I'm sure a lot of people maybe were not born by that time, but today it's a different environment, atmosphere, and of course these teams have met, and of course Real Madrid have won 6 times. Then Borussia Dortmund have won 3. They have drawn 5 times. And today, the finals is at Wembley. That is in London. That is in the United States. In the United Kingdom. And the United States, United Kingdom, they confuse a little bit, but it's the United Kingdom, England, Wembley Stadium. And of course, that particular match will be played at 10 p.m. East African time. So which team do you support? And of course, still will be taking a look at that and bring you up to speed with what to expect. And of course, just kukuweka tu sawa, ujue like wewe kama shabiki, kama wewe ni Hala Madrid, or what team do you really support? We have this is the underdog, and of course the masters of the game. Remember, Real Madrid are the record champions, 14 titles. That is the UEFA Champions League title. And another team that is now chasing the glory. Remember, the first time they won this was in 1997. I'm not sure kama maybe majority of us, maybe some walikuwa by that time either wana follow or were born, but that is how it is. And it's a final that will be watched. Remember, this is a global event. Football, of course, is the loved game in the world. Many people want to see, will Dortmund challenge for this title, or will Real Madrid, of course, extend their dominance and, of course, their record? Will they hunt their 15th record? And, of course, they have a master. I'm talking about their head coach, that is Carlos Ancelotti. Of course, he's known for this, title. He has actually crafted art and master of winning the UEFA Champions League. And, of course, this is some sort of, it's like odds are in favor of Real Madrid. But, a game of football, anything can happen, and that's what makes football quite interesting. And in line with this, we still have now some sort of mixed reaction from the Shujaz. Remember, it's the World Challenger, that is the Challenger Series playoff, and Kenya will be hoping to hunt their ticket to return to the main Challenger Series. Their first match was against Samoa. They won 1917. Then they fall short of glory to the host nation Spain, where they were thrashed 10-5. And of course, remember, just to give you an insight of what to expect in this particular playoff, the top ranked team, that is in 2 groups, you have Group A and Group B. The top ranked team in Group A will play the lowest ranked team in Group B, and vice versa. So the trick here is for Shujaz to actually to finish top of Group B, so that they can get some sort of easy opponent for them to qualify for this. Because remember, the second round will be the winner takes it all the way to the final. Now that is the real nightmare, and we really hope our boys will actually clinch this particular ticket and return to the main Challenger Series after at least a season of a near miss and hit. But that is what we expect, and we do believe that the Kevin Wambua-led charge will actually make the country proud. And of course, in line with this, because this will be forming the basis of our discussion, and of course, I want to take you to our highlight of the day, some of the stories that we have picked for you to make the highlight of today on the sports show, and of course, to set the basis of our discussion. But before that, let me remind you what we have in store for you. We have 2 sets of discussion. One is about the floorball, and of course, we'll be talking to some of players, and of course from the best floorball, and we'll take a look at the status of floorball in the country, the upcoming game. Remember, we have the ongoing league that is currently underway, just to take a look at the status of the league, what to expect, and of course the vision, projection, and how does things stand at this particular moment. And in line with today's event, that is the Madaraka Day, we have a very interesting tournament that is happening currently. kilometers just away from here, that is at Kiwanja, we have a open day Madaraka tournament that involves the kids tournament to bring kids together to nurture and of course try to eliminate the aspect of discrimination in sports. And don't forget, this particular tournament, this is the 3rd edition of it, and its focus on what has really tainted the image of Kenya and most teams in Africa. I'm talking about cheating in sports, and this is the aged cheating. When a team is, when the requirement is for a team to actually field in maybe players from under 9, 11, 13, or even 15, as of this case, you'll find that maybe we'll find under 16 players playing for under 13, and that is something that this particular tournament tried to address and actually eliminate that, in line of even bringing the aspect of equality in sports, eliminating the aspect of discrimination to make our sport even more competitive, lively, and even attractive. And that is the aim of this particular one. And don't forget, the main aim is to nurture young talent, the grassroots football in the country. Remember, we have 64 teams, that is for boys from the age of 9, we have the under 19, we have the under 11, under 13, and of course 15. And then for the ladies category, we have just only one category, that is the under 13 category. And quite interesting when you see at least this is over let's say over 70 teams just showcasing this. And of course, this is a noble initiative that brings together these teams just to try and bring this aspect to nurture talent and even advocate for the aspect of equality in sport. And that is the discussion that we'll be having later on this hour on the Sports Show. And of course, you can follow this show on all of our social media platforms. Remember, you're coming to you live on YouTube at KUTV Kenya, and of course you can tweet us on X at KUTV_Kenya. You can tweet me personally on X at Auma Events. Remember always to use the hashtag on the spot. So let's take a look at this highlight. Right, so let's begin with matters football. The national men's football team, that is Harambee Stars, intensify their preparation for the upcoming FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Burundi and Ivory Coast. Kenya will play Burundi on June 7 and Ivory Coast on June 11th, 2024, in match days 3 and 4 of the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Both matches will be staged at Bingu National Stadium in Lolongwe, that is in Malawi.
Timu yote iko focused, kila mtu kuna imani, tumekuwa tukitrain vizuri na tuna matumaini. Sasa hii mechi zimefika, now the real World Cup qualifiers, na si wote tunajua nini na tungoja hapo mbele. Tunaenda kucheza Malawi, of course tungetaka sana tucheze nyumbani, lakini ndio hivyo, tutaenda huko na tutajikaza na hopefully tutatoka na matokeo mazuri.
Yes, the most important thing is if you play all the time outside, you have to adapt always to different countries, different fields, different situations, different stadiums. Everything is different, and to adapt to it is very difficult for a player. So therefore, why in this situation it was the best choice for us is because the players know it there. The people in Malawi are positive against us. So, and I hope also we have a good relation with the people there. This means also federation or the coach. We are close friends with the coach of Malawi, and I hope that we will get also support from the Malawi fans. This is the reason why we are there.
Right, that is Engineer Michael Olunga says that we know what is awaiting us there in Malawi. Do we really know what is really awaiting us, given the fact that we are coming against the Africa giant, that is Ivory Coast? Sijui kama tunajua ni maybe kichapo ama ni kwenda kukula ndovu. That is the big question. And of course, kuna another very interesting aspect here, the good relationship between Kenyans and Malawi. Maybe tuko na support supporters wetu maybe ni people from Malawi, and with that support, probably hope for the best. Now, the Kenya Starlets continue to intensify their training for the preparation of the next match against Burundi in Ethiopia. The Junior Starlets will leave the country next week on June 5th, 2024 to Ethiopia, and their first match on 4th, that is, they play their fourth round of the round of FIFA World Cup qualifiers that will be staged in Ethiopia against Burundi. So for those who don't know, that this under-17 Rising Starlets team is just a match away from clinching their first ever ticket. And by the way, this is the Kenya's first ever ticket to participate in the World Cup, the first ever. Should they overcome Burundi, then they will go to the honors of history as the first team, the first Kenyan team to actually qualify a sport, to take a sport, rather to qualify to take part in the in the World Cup, the first team ever. So history beckons. The only thing that stands between Kenya and, of course, this particular ticket, it's Burundi. And we wish our ladies and our young ladies all the best, even as they endeavor to make history and bring glory to Kenya. Now let's switch focus now to some rugby action. The Rugby Africa Cup quarterfinals are set to take place at Mandela National Stadium in Nambole, that is in Kampala, Uganda. The matches will kick off on 20th of July 2024, where the Kenya Simba set to face Senegal in the second quarterfinal. In the first quarterfinals, Namibia will face Burkina Faso, Algeria will take on Ivory Coast, while Zimbabwe will take the host Uganda. The winners of the match between Kenya Simbas and Senegal will secure a ticket to the semi-finals, where they will play against the winner of the match between Algeria and Ivory Coast. The final day of tournament will take place on Sunday, July 28th, 2024 at the same venue. Right, so that is another tricky match that we really hope Kenya will go there. Kenya Simbas, that is the rugby that is the rugby 15 sides team, the national team, that is Kenya Simba, will be taking part in that Africa Cup. And of course, they come up against the host nation, that is Uganda, a very tricky team, but we do hope that at the end of the day, the ticket will be ours, and of course the cup will come back home. Now, the former champions, that is the GSU, will face the Kenya Defence Forces in the Kenya Volleyball Federation Premier League semi-finals playoffs this weekend at Kasarani Indoor Arena. The league leaders GSU will be hoping to continue with their unbeaten run when the two sides meet, while defending champions Kenya Prison will face off Kenya Ports Authority at the same venue. In the women's match, the defending champion KCB women volleyball team will face the Directorate of Criminal Investigation, while past champions Kenya Pipeline will clash with the Kenya Prison in another semi-final. So remember, those semi-finals matches are currently underway at Kasarani Stadium, that is the indoor arena. And of course, the season is coming to a wire, and of course it will be interesting to see what will happen now, given that GSU are the unbeaten as of now. Will they continue with that impressive form this particular going to these semi-finals? Only time will tell. Remember, everything is at stake. Now let's switch gears to now matters development that is happening across the global arena as far as football is concerned. So Enzo Maresca is set to succeed Mauricio Pochettino as the new Chelsea head coach. The 44-year-old Italian will leave Leicester City after leading them back to the English Premier League by winning championship. Mauricio Pochettino departed Stamford Bridge by mutual consent after leading the Blues to the 6th position in the English Premier League. So there is something very interesting that is happening. Tukiongelea hii mambo na transfers, especially the coaches. Surprise move, Vincent Kompany to Bayern Munich against all odds. I don't know, like how many people walidhani, like of all the coaches, Vincent Kompany against Bayern Munich, a very decorated club, one of the best teams in Europe, and of course they have a coach that probably his major first experience as a manager is Burnley. Of course, he helped Burnley to gain promotion to the English Premier League, but sadly, Rudy back to the championship. But now he is now the head coach of Germany, and of course that is the Germany giant Bayern Munich. And very interesting name, the Chelsea now head coach Maresca from Leicester City. When you fire a coach like Mauricio Pochettino, expectation of many people will be maybe you'll go for a very top-notch coach like the likes of Jose Mourinho, maybe the Peps, Guardiola of these golden days. But but we have the likes of maybe Mikel Arteta. Maybe Chelsea maybe wange rival that. But it's very interesting. It's very interesting to see the caliber of the coaches that top teams wanaendea. Oh, there is argument that Vincent Kompany ni student of Guardiola, and of course Guardiola maybe I'll play a hand in his signing. But well, this is football, top teams, and top expectations. We require top guns. What do you think? Same goes to this Maresca guy. Well, we hope that maybe the performance in put in that Leicester City will be replicated in Chelsea. Remember that he's coming to a team that is very demanding, a team that has a lot to actually prove next season, and of course a very young squad and a team under transition. Is he really the man for this job? That's a big question. As Chelsea fans, I'm sure those are some of the questions that you are asking, but we'll trust the process and we'll see what will happen. And of course, so let's move on. Now, the UEFA Champions League final will be held at Wembley Stadium in London, that is England, on 1st of June, today, 2024, at 10 p.m. East Africa time. Borussia Dortmund will clash with La Liga champions, that is Real Madrid, hoping to win the Champions League trophy for the first time since 1997. The winner will book a ticket to play UEFA Super Cup against UEFA Europa League winner, that is Atlanta. Borussia Dortmund qualified for the Champions League final following a 2-0 aggregate victory against French champion, that is PSG, while Real Madrid qualified after a 4-3 aggregate victory over Bayern Munich. Alright, so don't forget, leo ni siku ya ndovu kumula mwanawe. In Swahili term, it's a new word nimesikia leo, by the way. Ndovu kumula mwanawe, in reference to the UEFA Champions League, some of the clash of the titans, the underdog versus, now the masters of the game. I'm talking about the real David and Goliath, if you like it. A very big terms just to describe, simple game, football, kick the ball. 11 players, kick the ball, tumia tactics from coaches, akili, mentality, skill, space, win the game. Very simple, but description. Where? Ni simple, ni venye tu sometimes najua ni it's about luck. It's about luck. Ukiangalia the history of Real Madrid, especially wakimit Manchester City. Utajua yenye this is a luck. To gain this particular ticket to the final, of course, it wasn't that much of a sweat and it's luck played. It's simple. Then we have another team, Borussia Dortmund. They dare to dream again. So our question of the day, we are asking you, which team do you think will win the UEFA Champions League, the 2024 edition? UEFA Champions League, which team do you think will win the UEFA Champions League final? The final is between Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund. And you want to get your views, talk to us, send in your comments. Tell us, which team do you support? Is it Real Madrid or is it Borussia Dortmund? And who do you fancy to win this particular edition? Regardless of the status, the statistics, the head-and-head, statistics there, the big names, the Goliath versus David. Sijui ndovu kula mwanawe. Well, which team do you think will win this? Because for me I know Borussia all the way. And put your money where your mouth is. There is a time niliwaambia nyi watu, ukinifuata keenly mnaweza omoka. And it's a fairy tale, yes, the David and Goliath story is a fairy tale, just like they say, but hapo ndo trick ina lie. Hapo ndo kuna some juice in it. When you expect too much, like unaona this is a walkover, you'll be shocked. Remember Sir Alex Ferguson, that is the former Manchester United, the great Sir Alex Ferguson, alisema like one word, football, akacheka kidogo. Bloody hell. Maybe leo some of you mtacheka tu mseme, football. Mseme mgenisikiza, niliwaambianga by the way mkusikianga. I told you about Manchester United versus Chelsea. Nani atamaliza wapi? I told them, wakasema ndoto. Tulimaliza ama tukimaliza? Anya inauma though. And nasikia mafans wa Chelsea wanasema in as much as well put on the last minute fight, atacheza Europa. Too sad. But anyway, we live to fight another day. But our status to maintain. Like regardless ati mko sijui na nani tumemaliza wapi, kutangulia kwa baa haimaanishi utalewa wa kwanza. Hii safari mos. Anyway, so our next guest, and of course that is Derek Ogonda, one of the organizers of the Open Day Madaraka Day tournament. And remember, this is a very global initiative from the organizers, in as much as we are celebrating Kenya at 61. And of course, in aspect of sports, well, how do we celebrate it? Well, this group have decided to celebrate this by nurturing young talents. And of course, beside nurturing young talents, wameamua watatry to bring the aspect of equality in sport and to eliminate cheating in terms of mambo na age. Just keep the sport pure, and that is the message. This is the 3rd edition of this particular Open Day Madaraka tournament. 64 teams, that is for the boys category, and of course around 13 teams for the ladies category. Category wako under 19 and 11 na under 13. And ladies, this time we only have under 13 category right now, but for the boys we have under 9 and 11, under 13, and of course quite big number. That's why we have a record of 64 teams. Quite impressive to just pull such kind of teams, to bring them together to advocate for this particular message. And remember, by the way, the teams are from 3 counties. We have the Nairobi County, we have Kiambu County, and Machakos County. And of course, we just want to, we'll be talking to them, or rather we'll be talking to Derek to give us insight of this particular tournament, the objective, and of course, their trajectory so far, and how is the journey like. And as far as the noble cause is concerned, talking about nurturing young talent, something because the future, for you to look at the future of the next Michael Olunga, we must begin from the basics. That is the foundation, and that is the discussion that is coming to you. But don't forget, we still have a very interesting discussion lined up for you. I'm talking about matters floorball. I know majority on Shanghai floorball ni nini, but don't worry. We'll tell you what floorball is, and of course we have sisi hatutaandika na mate ilhali tuko na wino. So we have the players, the experts themselves. They'll tell you what this floorball is about, and of course utakuwa updated, and you never know, maybe next time find hobby, interest, maybe uko na talent na ujui. It's time maybe to try something new. All right, so let's take this very short break, and of course when we come back we'll be diving direct to this conversation.
Life cycle of this insect, these maggots, normally start from the eggs, larvae, prepupa, pupa, and then the adult sasa. So in the larvae stage, we have the first insta, ile zimehatch, eggs zimehatch into larvae.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepo pasi vuguvugu. Pepo pa ni idea.
Tazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, hiyo inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni Dunia ni leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
First time?
Yeah, I'm kind of scared, but I can do this. Mess with me. Yeah, let's do this, man.
Are you healthy, or rather, do you maintain a healthy lifestyle? According to WHO, health is regarded as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. Welcome to Focus on Health, a show on all matters health, wellness, and lifestyle. On this show, we cover a wide variety of topics, inclusive of but not limited to dental, optical, mental, reproductive health, and so much more. Join me, Joy Bofenda, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on KUTV for compelling insights and discussions on all matters health. See you then.
Focus on Health, your weekly dose of health and wealth information on KUTV.
First time?
Yeah, I'm kind of scared, but I can do this. Mess with me. Yeah, let's do this, man.
Are you healthy, or rather, do you maintain a healthy lifestyle? According According to WHO, health is regarded as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. Welcome to Focus on Health, a show on all matters health, wellness, and lifestyle. On this show, we cover a wide variety of topics inclusive of, but not limited to, dental, optical, mental, reproductive health, and so much more. Join me, Joy Bofenda, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on KUTV for compelling insights and discussions on all matters health. See you then.
Focus on Health, your weekly dose of health and wealth information on KUTV.
Where we ask the coolest questions in science. Let's go! Is yogurt really just rotten milk? Why do humans need sharks to survive? How did a 12-year-old boy from Africa invent modern vanilla farming? How do you deliver medicine to a chimpanzee? Can poop be useful? How can you save the planet by reducing air pollution? To help us answer these questions, we are inviting some wonderful guests from the world of science. They will enlighten you, make you hungry for knowledge, oxygenate your brain, and make your ideas flow. This is Engine Season 3. Let's go!
Technology, science, innovation, ICT, and research. These are the ingredients upon which the solutions to the 21st century problems are founded. In a world that is rapidly changing, it's all hands on deck to ensure a balance in all fields of life. Women, young and old, are also in the front line, breaking the glass ceiling, becoming thought leaders in the larger tech space. Not forgetting other societies marginalized. And when the tech Avengers come together, we inch closer to a much safer, efficient, and sustainable world. What we view as a norm in today's advanced world was just an idea, and for nostalgic reasons, we trace back to the iconic days to bring you the retro tech. On Tech Innovation Show, we encapsulate all the pillars of the fourth industrial revolution, decoded in a language, all for one for all. Every Monday at 8:30 as we push the mantra, keep learning something new each and every day. Only on KUTV, a new experience.
Lola ni programu inayokupa fursa ya kutizama video zozote pindi tu unapokuwa na nafasi. Hadithi za kukupa motisha, drama, maisha ya vyuo vikuu, teknolojia, masuala ya jamii, kuzuru maeneo tofauti, spoti, burudani na zaidi. Pata programu ya Lola sasa kwenye rununu yako kwa yote unayohitaji.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
From the hospital corridors
We bring you experts to discuss issues affecting your health, from diet to mental health. The familiar and the ignored are both put into perspective. We then dive into the environment and look at the effects of climate change and its solutions. Join me, Mutegi K. Martin, every Friday at 9 p.m. as we learn on how to better our health while taking care of our environment. Only on KUTV.
Right, welcome back, and now this is the second segment, and remember, just like I promised you, we'll have a discussion based on the Open Madaraka Day tournament that is currently underway in Kiwanja. And of course, this is a tournament that is bringing together at least a total over 70 teams, to be precise. We have the under 9, under 11, under 13, and of course under 15. And under these categories, we have under 9 men, boys under 9, and then under 11, under 13, and of course under 15. To ladies, we have under 13 and under 15 categories. And that is a discussion that we want to take a look at, given the fact that today we are celebrating Madaraka Day. But as we celebrate Madaraka Day in different aspects, be it in terms of, let's say agriculture, today the key focus will be both the nurturing of young talents, and that is the discussion that we are going to have with my guest, Derek Ogonda. Asante sana Derek kwanza kwa kufika at this particular point, that of course I'll be engaging you later on regarding to this, so that you can bring us up to speed with what is going on. Remember, this is the third edition of it. So the first edition, the second, how was it like? Did it meet expectation? And what are you looking into this particular, the third edition of it? So Derek, asante sana kwa kutenga muda. Sasa mimi nataka tu jintroduce tu vizuri, tuambie wewe Derek, wewe ni nani, una coach timu gani, na utuweke tu sawa kuhusiana na this tournament yenye inaendelea sasa hivi pale Kiwanja.
Kwanza habari zenu sana watazamaji. Mimi naitwa Derek Ogonda, the head coach Kiwanja Soccer Academy and also the founder. Tumekuwa na a lot kuhusu development ya talents kwa area yetu sana sana hapa Kahawa West. So tukaanzisha Kiwanja Soccer Academy. Through Kiwanja Soccer Academy tukakuwa na initiative kadhaa kwenda ma tournament, but pia tukafikiria sisi wenyewe tunagivaje back to the community. So kama Kiwanja Soccer Academy, players pamoja na parents na other partners wetu wakafikiria tutakuwa tunaweka Kiwanja Opens. So Kiwanja Opens, this is the third edition. Tulikuwa na edition ya kwanza 2022, then tukapata 2023, alafu now we have this one. Aim kubwa inakuwa ni ya hii tournament zetu kama Kiwanja, ni tunajaribu kudeal sana na issue ya age cheating. Hiyo imekuwa affect mimi personally. Tunaenda tournaments, tunakuta macoach hawajiamini vizuri, so unakuta wameka age kubwa, unaweka mtoto under 13, wao wameka under 17, so hiyo kitu imekuwa ikileta issue sana. So tukafikiria tunaweza jaribu kuisolve. So mimi personally pamoja na wenzangu tukasema tutatengeneza yetu. Tutakuwa tunatengeneza yetu. Tujaribu kama tunaweza serve kama example. Na so far tumejaribu. First edition haikuwa sawa kabisa. Second edition tukafanya improvements. Now this third edition tuka introduce another aspect of it. Yenye ni agenda. Such that unakuta wakati mwingi sana wakati tunaongelea soka, especially huko chini, tunaongelea kama a boys game. So hiyo imekuwa ikileta issue, na kama academy yetu tumekuwa tukijaribu tunawapea equal platform. Tukiangalia game mingi zetu sisi ucheza, hata kama ni ligi, hata kama ni za maboy, sisi ufix ladies, especially under 15 kurudi chini. So hiyo ndo aspect nyingine tumeintroduce, tukasema hiyo equal opportunity ikuje ipeanwe kwa hii tournament yetu. Tukaeka under 15 ladies, under 13 ladies na sasa hizo categories zingine.
Alright. Yes. Tukianza kuna mahali umeguzia especially age cheating.
Yes.
Wewe kama coach personally imekuwa affect. Nimeona umeguzia juu tu, lakini mimi juu tuko na time nataka tuguzie kindani. Of course the time si mingi sana, lakini lazima tukaguzia hii issue. Well, wewe katika safari yako ya ukufunzi ukienda pale una participate kwa tournaments nini haswa, pengine unadhani sababu kuu ya maybe some of those coaches now who filled in these players when kama game ni under 9 maybe wanaleta under 10 ama under 11 kwa fix kwa hiyo under 9 category, pengine unadhani ni maybe ni utovu wa nidhamu ama ni nini haswa, because hii ni kitu yenye imekuwa ikitukumba sana especially hii soka yetu hapa nchini.
Hiyo ni swali nzuri sana. Kitu ya kwanza nadhani ni mentality yetu kuanzia coaches. Juu ni issue ya makochi. Tunaanzisha maklabu zetu, tunataka tuonekane sisi ndio kusema. So tukienda tona tunataka sisi ndio kubeba. Hatuangalii aim kubwa sana especially kwa hizi categories ndogo. Ni ku develop talent. Under 9 hai affect sana amewin ama hajawin. But move from hiyo level anaweza control ball apige pass. The same na under 13, under 11. Before ufike competitive stage ya under 15. Hizi under chini, under 13, under 11, under 9, under 7. Tunajaribu tunaangalia development sana, but sasa macoach I think ni kitu haijaingia vizuri sana. Especially nani kitu ina affect sio sisi huko chini pekee. Kienda hata huko juu, FKF inafanya vitu poa kutu educate, kutujaribu kutu streamline kwa way inafaa, lakini unakuta bado coaches wengi hawajachukulia maanani hiyo mambo ya age. Ndio maana tunakuta players wetu wanaenda majuu wanarudi hapa after amecheza dakika masiku kidogo sana huko majuu, kwa sababu tulienda tukasema wako under 16, kumbe jamaa alikuwa under 20. Cheza kidogo mwili nakataa, unajua mwili huwezi idanganya pia. So ni kitu ina affect kuanzia juu kurudi chini. Na ni initiative sisi wenyewe. Juu hii kitu ina developiwa na coach kwanza, then player, then parent. Hii ni kitu inahusikana na watu watatu. Mimi kama coach nikiona kijana wangu anajua sana ball, but nikimplace kwa under yake hata kuwa anacheza venye na expect anionyeshe sana, mrudisha hapo chini. Kitu nafanya nini? Naambia player ndo ambie mzazi wako instead ya kukua miaka 11 wewe ni miaka 9. Mzazi anafanya nini? Siku hizi imekuwa rahisi, najenga birth certificate huko. Natuletea. Hivyo ndio inafanyika. Na imekuwa in perfect sana. Tunaenda tournament ukiangalia tu mtu hivi. Unaona huyu mtu ni mzee. Lakini anakuambia ndio document. Hiyo ndio inaleta issue sana. Hata hapa kwangu niliwaambia tukitengeneza hii tournament usijaribu kuja kwangu na birth certificate. Wacha ikae huko. Utakuja ukinipea kijana nitaangalia mtoto under 13 na coach. Mimi si mgeni na coach.
Utajuaje bwana?
Nikiangalia hivi mtoto under 13 unamwangalia tu unasema huyu hapa.
Hiyo lazima ikuwe ni special ability.
Hapana. Ukikaa sana kwa I think kwa ball, mimi so far nashukuru Mungu at least this my 7th year. Nikideal na this age. Hii age kuanzia under 15 kurudi chini na ladies. So I think in 7 years vitu nimekuja ku learn through experience zimekuwa mingi, in that naweza kuangalia hivi nikwambie huyu ni mkubwa urefu lakini ni under 13. Huyu ni mfupi lakini ukimwangalia hivi game yake from watch to game ya mtoto utajua huyu ni wa next category. Tunamchelewesha kumchezesha hii category ya chini. Yes, so ni kitu unaangalia, ni kitu unapima tu. Alafu ma coach I think imefika wakati tunafaa tunambiana tu kweli.
Okay.
Yes.
Na sasa because ni kitu mnafanya, this is the 3rd edition, yes. And the mantra and the message is pretty clear. To eliminate this sport cheating, the age cheating in sports. Well, mukikama up na such initiatives, of which is a very global initiative, if you ask me, what you're doing is quite noble. But at the end of the day, when all is said and done, so what is it? Ukishapatana na the offenders, mimi nataka kujua kiboko. Kiboko ni nini? Watu mnawanyorosha aje?
I think sometimes tunaenda sana morally. Unaiangalia from a moral point of view. Kwa mfano leo kabla nifike hapa nimekuwa na a number of cases, obvious hakuwezi kosa cases. Ladies category at the start we were targeting under 13 only. But ladies wamekuja. Makochi wamefailed, watu wakubwa. So how do you deal with it? Huwezi rudisha watoto nyumbani, especially kama ni ladies. Juu platform ya ladies game ya Kenya imekuwa chini sana. Mimi nikianza kuwakata na kuambia disqualify enda home, pia mimi sitakuwa na contribute sana kwa development. So kitu tumefanya, tumewaangalia hivi nikamwambia, uzuri makochi wamekuja leo amekuwa straightforward. Nimwambia kisoma hapo tumesema under 13. What do we do? Umeleta under 15. Sheria ilikuwa ni sita kurudishia registration fees. But hiyo ita affect aje mtoto? Itamsaidia aje? Haitamsaidia. So nimewaambia kama mmeleta under 15, wacha under 15 wakae hapo. Tukawatengenezea pool yao. Now under 15 face your fellow under 15. Tuone nani mbaya. Kwa sababu ulikuwa unaleta under 15 tuwaone wabaya kwa under 13. Now face rika yako. Tujipime nao. Tukaacha under 13 wakacheza wanajibamba, sasa hivi wanaingia semis. The same na boys categories. Imebidi tumedisorganize. We had like for under 11 we had 24 teams in 6 pools. Imebidi tukue na pool 4 za under 11. Tumetoa under 11 tumapeleka under 13. Wale wenye tunaona wakubwa, coach panga timu yako waweke under 13 wacheze na rika yao. So it's a moral thing sana. Ile unakuja hapo hata wewe coach mwenyewe unajaribu na muexplainia juu makochi wengi hawaelewi. Hawajui labda role yetu ni gani kwa society. Kenya inatutegemea pakubwa sana especially tukiwa hapa grassroots. Sisi ndio tuna huko Harambee Stars. Ya hata ngojea timu imeshajengwa na imejengwa wapi? Jengwa huko chini. So tukianza kuiharibia hapa chini. Kufika huko juu hatutakuwa na timu yenye inafaa kuwa pale. Ama wenye watakuwa pale sio wale wana deserve kuwa hapo.
Okay.
Unaona?
And now that tumeongelea about now the main reason ya such tournaments kukua this edition hadi ya 3. Well, umemention about something very interesting, hii aspect ya ladies. And nikipitia some of the, some of their objectives, nikiona the number of teams, naona like a lot of emphasis mmepatia sana mavijana, lakini wasichana hapo kidogo hadi mwapatia tu category 2 under 13. Kunaenda aje? Because this is a reflection sasa ya national, and whatever is happening hapa kwenyu ndo bado ina happen huku juu. Na ni kitu yenye hatuwezi tu fumba jicho na tuseme I happen. So in as much as nyinyi mna advocate for nurturing young talents, of course this event ni about that. Then hii gap ni aje? Tunaisolve aje?
Ukweli hii gap ni kubwa. Especially sisi wenye tuna practice sana kwa ladies. I specialize in ladies and development football. Ni kitu yenye tunajaribu kuipush sana. Hatuwezi sema hakuna kitu inaendelea. Steps zenye tulikuwa nyuma some few years ago sio hizo tuko sahi. Sahi hata ukiangalia from Kenyan League yenyewe hatukuwa na NSL for women. But this year iko. So ni kitu inaenda step by step pole pole. Kama sahi tunaweza chezesha under 13 ladies. Hiyo ni milestone already kivyake. Tournament mingi tulikuwa tunasema ladies open age. The rest tunazigawanya under 9 under what? Ladies ilikuwa open age. Kwa nini? Ndio at least tupate wale few watakuja. But sahi we have developed to a level ya kusema now we can tell them let under 13. Tupate wale tutapata. Leo tumekuwa na a total of 12 teams. Tumeweka under 15 teams ngapi? Teams 8. Tukabaki na 4 kwa under 13. Meaning already tunaanza kuona inawezekana. Next tutapata 6. Under 15 ndio hao 8. Next tutakuwa kwa another number next year. So it's a process yenye itaki kuharakishwa sana, but we are moving there. Especially wenye wako na women football at heart. Sana wanajaribu kupush tuone inafikia wapi.
Okay.
Yes.
Sasa wacha tukuje sasa kwa activities of the day.
Yes.
Tuweke sawa. Teams according to venye mambo tunaona, boys 64 teams. Ladies ilikuwa inafaa ikuwe close to 13.
Yes.
13 teams.
Yes.
Yani over 70 teams.
Yes.
Event ni one day.
Yes.
Ina happen aje?
Event
kwanza imekuwa ni event tunaipanga for long. Atuamuki tu within 2 weeks tuna come up. Ni event unachukua structures unaziweka kwanza pamoja, una make sure is it possible to hold 80 teams in that one day. Hiyo ikiwezekana, then you come to nani watatusaidia kufanya hivyo. Then ukipata hao wenye watatusaidia kufanya hivyo, you come now to teams. Juu lazima pia utafute teams. Yes, lazima usimame.
Ngoja tuende pole pole. Tutakuja kwa teams. Basi sasa ama wacha tuanze na teams alafu tutakuja na nani anawasaidia kufanya hivyo. So tuongelee teams sasa, hapo ndo sasa tutakuja kwa nani anawasaidia kufanya hivyo. So mna manage aje like over 70 teams, event ya siku moja. Lazima leo winner ajulikane kwa under 9, under 11, under 13 na sasa pia kuna under 15 na both categories ya boys na girls. Mta manage aje na event ni siku moja tu.
Now, hizi teams kwanza inafaa ijulikane ni different categories with different fields. Hiyo ndio step ya kwanza. So let's say we have under 13. Under 13 there are 24 teams, 24. So tukiwa na 24 teams divided into 8 pools. Hiyo ni kila pool ni team 3. Meaning ukipiga hesabu kila pool inacheza game 3. So we are expecting a total of 24 group games. Alafu now divide into 2 fields. It's a 7-a-side, so full pitch. So kama ni 7-a-side unawapea 15 minutes for group stage. You multiply by 24, unaona hii time itaingiana kwa tukikuwa na field mbili. Tukatengeneza field mbili, for under 11 field mbili, for under 9 field moja, for under 13 ladies field moja, for under 15 boys field moja. Then tukakuwa na an extra field just in case team seme za under 13 azikimbii mbio sana, tunawarusha huko, tunapunguza games za the 2 fields. Juu wako wengi. So unakuta hizo games ina move. Kwa sababu one 7-a-side game inachukua 15 minutes once, alafu hatutaki hiyo kuchange twende second half. Kwa sababu changing kwenda second half, makocha wataita team kuja tupige team talk, wachukue 10 minutes. So hatuna hiyo second half. Inafaa iwe 7-7, but tunaipiga 15 minutes once. So hiyo ikitoka we get another team. So unakuta tulianza 8. So far sasa tumeingia quarters in 1 hour. Category under 13 yenye niko na timu mingi utakuta by 5 tunapiga finali. The same zina happen kwa hizi pools zingine. Yeah, so ku manage ku run tournament ya 80 teams with good fields ni rahisi. Just the only requirement ni ukuwe na watu wenye wako na same mentality na wewe, umeshare nao, watu wananisaidia kufanya hii ni nini. Most ni senior players wangu. Both for ladies team na as the senior men team. So unakuta senior men team tukakaa chini nikawaambia this is our idea. Tutaki kuwa na age cheating, tunataka tukuwe na gender balance, tunataka tucheze game fair for all of us. And we have 80 teams that expect the best from us. So wanajitolea. So you have a pool of dedicated youth wenye wanakufanyia hizo, unaweka 4 of you kwa under 13 manage that category, afu the coaches mnabakia kama supervisors general. Hapa kuna issue tuna solve. So unakuta ukiwa na resources field nini, and then you have a team with shared mentality. Umewakaisha chini mkapanga, wanakuelewa kwa sababu idea ni yangu, lakini nataka to dedicate kwa kila mtu. So unawakaisha chini, unawaambia hivi ndio ninafikiria, unashare nao, wana accept kwanza. Wakisha accept watakusaidia kufanya hiyo kazi. So inaenda hivyo, una manage tu.
Okay. Na juu sasa leo ni siku kuu, Madaraka Day. So hii sasa ni ile aspect ya now the players. Of course every winner lazima akwe rewarded at the end of the day. Sijui kama mko na hii mpango ya at least afya tu. Ya maybe wanyonyenye tu tuchupa hivi vipi hapo hizo groups zinaenda at the end of the day washindi kukoaje, kuna some sort of package reward for them?
Kwanza for development tunaangalianga hatuwezi wapea do. Hatuwezi wapea pesa. So tuko na trophies, tuko na medals. Na labda balls. kwa sababu pia tunataka tuende tuwajenge, wakirudi huko mashinani, timu ilikuja inarudi huko itrain vizuri juu imekuwa number 1, tunawajenga ball then muendeleze training. Saidie kutengeneza players wazuri Kenya. Nao ikikuja kwa food hapo noma, kwa sababu unaona sasa most teams zenye zimekuja they are from sio well of families ama well of areas. I think from Runda we have only two. From is it Kitusuru? We have one. Then the rest are from Dandora, Mathare.
Penye kuna talent.
Yes, huko ndo kuna talent. Lakini sasa unajua itabidi hata players wangu sasa bado sijawashughulikia lunch, ndio natoka hapa niende nione kidogo hapa na pale. Yes, but I think in future we have to develop a way ya kuona events kama hizi zinasupportiwa. Na hiyo ndio I think dream kubwa sana. After people wameona kitu imefanyika leo, I'm sure kutakuwa na watu willing to support the next edition ama kusupport another event somewhere else. Sio tu hapa kiwanja. Hii vitu zinaendelea huku, makocha wanafanya kazi fiti sana. Kitu wanakosa ni hiyo support tu.
Okay.
Yes.
Na kuna part nataka nikurudisha nyuma kidogo. And of course this is 2 questions in one. Ulisema even today struggle. Ni kama let's say unashika plug cards uko like no to corruption. Lakini hapo kwa hiyo no to corruption kuna jamaa anasema yes to corruption. Na umemwona huyu anasema yes to corruption. And wale wenye una try ku advocate for their rights wanakuona na unajua sasa huyu anasema no to corruption ameshika. Is this the way? So the question is beside this event leo, so now the off-field now initiative, is there any plans maybe yenye mko nayo ya kutry now to instill these values to them beside now the soccer itself?
Kwanza ikikuja mimi sana upenda kuongea na makocha. So hii ni initiative yangu hapa, nimekuwa na kama more than 20 coaches, very respectable coaches wamekuja around. Nikashare nao nikamwambia makocha, hii issue inatusumbua sisi wote. Mambo na age, mambo na kuto include gender, both gender kwa ball ni issue inatu affect sisi wote. So I think wakitoka hapo wanatoka na message. Na pia the strictness unaonyesha from leo wamekuja hapo na under 15, ukawaambia under 15 wachezi hapa wanacheza kule juu. I think kutoka hapa ni kitu watenda waendeleze huko nje. Yani it's my prayer. Isikue tu tunakuja tunapiga kiwanja opens, tunaongea all over, tena tunarudi next time tunaleta over.
Okay.
Ama next time atuoni madem kwa ball.
Okay.
So ni kitu tunai-preach out pia.
Well, our slot yetu na ilikuwa tu ya 30 minutes because lazima pia uko na vitu ina run pale, but sasa now tukifunga hii discussion, so mimi nataka tu nikupatie maybe dakika moja tu kwenye your closing remark, vitu yenye ungependa kuambia jamii na hata maybe ku advise coaches kama wewe, stakeholders in regard to this tournament and of course now nurturing young talents. Yeah.
Mi kwanza hata kabla sijawa request ningependa kushukuru kwanza sana grassroots coaches. Wanafanya kazi nyingine nzuri sana ku develop talents. Support hawana, so wanajitolea. Most times unakuta hata wanatoa do zao ku make sure wanafanya vitu wanafanya huko mtaani. Baadaye ku create generation hiyo next ya footballers wenye nchi yetu inahitaji. So kwanza nashukuru sana hao coach. Number 2, it's very dear to me wakati naona ladies wanapewa the same platform na boys. So hii ni message inaweza enda kwa tuseme stakeholders wengine wa mambo na ball. Tujaribu tuone venye tunaweza support ladies soccer ikuwe equal na hii ingine yetu. Hata ukiangalia ligi za Kenya tu from venye ziko, unaona penye support mingi imeenda. So I think tunafaa tu tupewe support yenye inafaa, especially hiyo side ya ladies. And also message yangu kwa macoach, ni kitu poa mnafanya huko nje, but tunafaa tujue tuna deal na development, especially kama una coach under 15 kurudi chini. Kitu muhimu sana ni development. Hizi matrophies tunaweza jaza kwa keja mingi sana, but at the end of the day huyo player wako akitoka hapo atakuwa na kitu ya kujivunia huko nje. Kwa sababu nikikwambia ucheat leo Kesho utaniona huyo hata hakunisaidia. Juu nilikudelay kukua kwa category unafaa kukua. Kudeal na rika unafaa kudeal nayo. Competition unafaa kuface ndio ikujaribu kukufungua akili. Kikuchezesha under 11 when under 13. Hiyo under 13 ingekusaidia sana kudevelop, kulearn vitu zenye unafaa kulearn, zenye hii under 11 labda itakujenga sana. Tunakudelay. So makocha uko nje, kitu hii ya age cheating ni kitu tunaendelea kupreach na hope. Tukiendelea hivyo tuna grow tu vizuri pole hadi itafika mahali tunachezesha correct age kwa correct category. Kuanzia chini hadi uko juu.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, sitaki kusema mengi sana, amesema yote kabisa. And by the way, for your information, sijui kama unajua tuko na under 17 ladies Kenya and World Cup qualifiers.
Yes.
And tuko just one step away from qualifying. Tukipiga Burundi,
tuko sawa.
Tiketi tuko nayo. Na tutakuwa the first time Kenya ina participate in the World Cup history from under 17. Well, so now why we need to focus on the future.
Yes.
The future looks bright, right?
Kweli.
All right. Asante sana coach. Wacha mimi nisikukalishe sana. Mimi nakutakia kila laheri. Waenda pale, fanya mambo yenu, mwisho wa siku. Yeah. To keep sport clean.
Asante.
All right. So we are taking yet another short break. Up next, of course, it's now matters floorball. And I'll be talking about, the development of floorball in Kenya. And of course, the status of the league and everything in between. And I have a very amazing group of players who will be discussing about, upcoming events, tournament, and what will be happening later on. And just to wind up on this a very important discussion that we are having just right now. Well, for me, I want to just food for thought for stakeholders. Such initiatives are quite, noble. This is where the foundation, the basics begins at this very, very, very point. So take your time and teach, advocate for clean sports. Eliminate the age cheating. Just like the coach says, you might actually, derail some progress of players. You never know, maybe giving them that opportunity to advance to the next level will have actually opened their mind and even opened the limitless potential that they have. But utajuaje if you don't give them that opportunity? The same case goes to now. A lot of focus and emphasis need to be put on our female counterparts. Support the female football. Women, they deserve this opportunity. The same case with men. If there is under 9, under 11, under 13 category for boys, let's see it for the same case being done for our ladies. And that is the only way to actually take this football and of course improving the state of football in the country. Well, I stand to be corrected, but I think if there is any area that we see maybe some sort of progress in this, but as far as football is concerned, then I think the ladies football raises or even will raise Kenyan flag even higher in this global competition. Well, the first time we had the first edition of CAF, we saw what the Higa Queens did. They represented the country well in this inaugural CAF championship. And of course, now that we have under 17 ladies World Cup qualifiers, one step away from qualifying for this World Cup. Isn't that a good thing? Shouldn't we actually, pay more attention to ladies soccer? So that is my food for thought for all the stakeholders, and you, coach, included. Well, so let's take this short break. Up next, we talk matters floorball.
Are you an aspiring aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Lola ni programu inayokupa fursa ya kutizama video zozote pindi tu unapokuwa na nafasi. Hadithi za kukupa motisha, drama, maisha ya vyuo vikuu, teknolojia, masuala ya jamii, kuzuru maeneo tofauti, spoti, burudani na zaidi. Pata programu ya Lola sasa kwenye rununu yako kwa yote unayohitaji.
Are you healthy, or rather, do you maintain a healthy lifestyle? According to WHO, health is regarded as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. Welcome to Focus on Health, a show on all matters health, wellness, and lifestyle. On this show, we cover a wide variety of topics inclusive of, but not limited to, dental, optical, mental, reproductive health, and so much more. Join me, Joy Bofenda, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on KUTV for compelling insights and discussions on all matters health. See you then.
Focus on Health, your weekly dose of health and wealth information on KUTV.
People say that the SRC has been by and large ineffective in containing the wage bill. Again, we've said that we've had a drop, but it's mostly due to economic growth. So we're wondering, since 2010, what has the SRC really done in terms of helping manage the wage bill?
From the hospital corridors, we bring you experts to discuss issues affecting your health, from diet to mental health. The familiar and the ignored are both put into perspective. We then dive into the environment and look at the effects of climate change and its solutions. Join me, Mutegi K. Martin, every Friday at 9 p.m. as we learn on how to better our health while taking care of our environment. Only on KUTV.
Access to knowledge. Solution to unanswered questions.
And repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
All right, so welcome back, and now it's all about matters floorball, and of course this is a very not so familiar to many, but it's quite a very interesting sports that we have here in the country, and of course we have even a league that is currently still ongoing, and of course to help me unpack this discussion, and of course I'll be talking to very my good friends here. We have one of them is Gitau Warren, and of course this is the Beast Floorball Club, and we have Miriam Cherubet. Well, mimi hata sitaki kusema mingi sana. First of all, wacha ni wakaribishe kwa wale ambao pengine ni first time yenye kufika hapa kama kwako Miriam. So wacha tuanze quick introduction, ladies first. So kwa majina, tuambie unaitwa nani na wewe ni kwa timu yenyu wewe ni nani? Wewe ni captain, wewe ndio ule player hodari ama wewe ndio nani?
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Miriam Cherubet Ndiwa. I play for the Beast Floorball Club. I'm the captain, and for now I play as a striker. Though when I started playing floorball, I started as a defender.
The defender?
Yes.
Okay. And we'll talk about the striker, the defender. Tujue kukoaje, because the floorball iko so similar na hockey.
Sure.
All right. And of course, now to the gentleman.
Thank you for having us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Gitau Warren. I'm the co-founder of Beast Floorball Club.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to play, but now I coach mostly. But I used to play in the position of the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now let's talk about the status of the league first. Before there is an ongoing league right now, and of course you have a game later on. So let's take a look at the status of the league. Where are you? And of course right now, who is your next opponent, the match that you're just about to play?
Okay, so today we actually have a league at Nita. We are going to face KUTV is an institution. So we are going against KUTV, and I wish my team members well as they play the match. I'll join them later in the day. So on the current status of the league, we're in the second leg of the league, which is being funded by the Kenyan Federation of Floorball.
Okay.
Yes.
Excuse me. Now the expectation today going to this particular match. So what are some of the changes? Should we expect a lot of changes, or what is the target this time around?
Concerning today's game, okay, what I can say is indeed the team we are going to face, we can't say it's an easy team. It's an institution, so when you compare a club with an institution, institutions usually have a lot of time for maybe doing the exercises. They have the field in their school. Compared to the clubs, some of us are working, some of us meet once in a while for the trainings. So I wish my team the best, and I know it's not an easy game, but I know waiting for the results. Yeah.
But you also know the institutions are favored because, like she says, you know, they train most of the times they're students. So in the evening, jioni, watatokea pale game, they'll play. They're also funded by the institution, unlike us who we have a club. So like last time, most of the things we do it on our own. We have to outsource we have to everything has to come from us as a club or well-wishers and sponsors.
Okay. Yeah. But of course this is a competitive league, and at the end of the day you must show up and compete, because I believe I'm going to add up the numbers. Yeah,
true.
And now let's talk about the preparation. In all fairness, according to that, it's like odds equal out of your favor. Well, it's fair enough. It's fair enough to say that. But however, so now talk to me about now the preparation coming to this particular season. Now we are heading to, you know, the final round of it. Pengine the season imekuwa na expectation yenye mlikuwa expect now, the time yenye season ilikuwa inaanza back to until to this very point that tunaendelea sasa kuimaliza this particular season. The expectation, is it something that we meet so far?
Well, I could say right now we are recovering because we just from the the second league started when the year started. So you know, now most of the club members were maybe in holidays and all that, so they didn't turn up, all of them. And you know, like unapata mnacheza match, you're fixed, you're the fixed number, no substitutions, no nothing. Unlike an institution where wakona subs running, which is like a lot of people. So like you said today, inakani kama odds ziko against us, but not really, because we have a strong team. But the thing is, you see, even for the players, that's a struggle. Playing as a fixed number, it's not a joke for 90 minutes. So it's 30. So, well, and about how we are prepared for this second leg, we carry out trainings on weekends. So every weekend, kama tuko kwa game, tuko training. And also we give our players sticks na the ball so that they can train at home. So it's bado ina narrow down to a personal commitment as a player. Yeah.
Well, Miriam, ikikuja kwa training as a captain, well, Gitau hapa anasema sometimes tunapatia players sticks wa train at home. So do you like have some sort of, you know, formula yenye mnatumia ku train? How do you do you know, your training, given the fact that at the end of the day lazima compete against teams like well-established teams, mnasema teams like the likes of Nita, for you to be up to speed and of course to meet the expectation of the league in terms of competitive aspect of it? How do you do this?
Okay, for a floorball player, personal involvement is the key. Because that's why Gitau is talking of us issuing sticks and balls. That means it's in a personal level. You have to do something. When you're given the stick and the ball, okay, you might not have the posts which you use, but you can be inventive, creative. You can put a stool in the house or somewhere. You just try shooting the ball handling, dribbling. That is something that you can do at a personal level. Also, floorball is a very fast game, so physical development and being fit is the key also. So even without the stick and the ball, you can still work on the fitness part, because in a game, when you find yourself in a game that you're fixed, there's no sub running, that means you have to play all through, and you must be very fit to be able to play through the game. Otherwise, there'll be some injuries that are not expected to be there. Yes.
Well, Gitau, your method of training, quite interesting. So, how many times do you probably maybe train before a league game? How many times in a week do you train for a competitive match? Like today, you have a game, so how many times did you train for this particular game?
so you find like maybe last weekend we had a game. So what we do is we create we create occasional training times. Now if we are so committed in a game, we know like the fixture is like to fix all the weekends, what we do is we set like a day on Wednesday or also add Sunday where we can run the training. So we can do Wednesday and Sunday. But we can do Wednesday and Saturday if there are no games on Saturday. So that's how we just make everything flexible, and then we create like a one place, like a one central point for everyone to access for training. So mostly we can do it maybe at Nibs grounds or maybe Kasarani.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now, I just want to get now the status of this the Beast FC Floorball club. Well, I understand you have upcoming activities, events in terms of this. So, given the limited time of preparation for any competitive league match, so this upcoming event, talk to me about it and just how prepared are you for this?
So the thing is, once the game is in you can't really you see it's in you. So even small training, even little amount of training still gets you up to speed. So we maybe in the course of the month, or maybe as we wind up the month, this month, we're going to have a tournament, a Beast tournament that we will partner with the Decathlon in the Hub Mall. And then, we want to make now this to become like a monthly thing. Also, there are some other coaches who we are working with to create matches, tournaments for their own teams and tournaments. I mean, tournaments and matches for their own teams. So this whole thing is still dynamic. So even next week you can hear maybe Ligia Fedikisha utasikia, you guys come, let's do something, we just contribute. Those I think a couple of weeks ago we had one in KU, held here at KU. So they're very dynamic, but for our club we'll have the Decathlon Beast tournaments almost every month. Yes.
Miriam, are you ready for this?
Very much.
Anyway, now that there is a upcoming tournament, it's just a couple of days away, then you have still the ongoing league. When you factor all this into play, given the limited time and of course to train for this particular events like this, as a team, muna hold on to this, and how do you balance all this?
Okay, balancing, let me start by saying balancing must take a heart, because one, as a club, as I've said, some of us are working, you're playing, some of us are in family, so you're balancing like maybe 4 units in one, and still there's a game waiting for you. So I can say it takes one passion. With the passion, you're able to balance. Without the passion, you eliminate it. So with the passion, you're able to balance. Then I'm also grateful for the team that we have, the team that is running the Beast Club, that is the officials. Each and every segment of us is doing a very great job in ensuring that even if the coach is not there, the captain is able to run something, the secretary is able to communicate, get to know how things are, planning and seeing how we're going to maybe organize the events that are upcoming, ensuring that players are up to date, they're working out. Yes, it all takes commitment, passion.
Okay.
Yes.
And what is that to get the sharp focus now on the entire federation and of course the status of the floorball in the country? Well, ever since its inception, and of course it has been quite a number of years in existence. Well, talk to me about now how to take this floorball to the next level in terms of, let's say, stakeholders kama nyinyi, the founders, and how are you making this floorball advance to the next level? Nyinyi wenyewe mkianzisha this club mlikuwa na vision and plan for it.
Well, so how we intend to make the sport grow mostly is like now we are running training in schools. There's a couple of Montessori schools that we are working with. We also tried launching this with a couple of high schools, but yes, there's some challenges, but we'll still try to do this more, and also for even the tournaments that we hold at Decathlon, they become like a sports awareness for the community, because they're done in an open place. And then so everyone is allowed to come and just watch the game, and like you said, it's not a well-known game, so everyone is interested to come. We even tell people to play if they want to. You know, we just teach you the basic ball handling, and that's it. So for now, what we're trying to do is a couple of teams, like our team, we have social media pages, but also we take an extra step in going to train the sport to kids, mostly Montessori-based kids and high school kids, and also we are looking forward to start up the floorball in other tertiary institutions. So like like KU has it. SIU just began theirs. We are looking forward to start one training in, a floorball team in MKU. So yeah, basically that's it.
Okay.
Just creating awareness and maybe campaigning for the sport.
All right. Well, Miriam, maybe let's say 3 to 5 years to come, unaona floorball wapi?
Okay, 3 to 4 years to come, floorball will be on a higher level. Actually, our wish and our prayer is that we will get to a level like the way where football is, in a way that you'll hear where there's a floorball match and like everyone is gathering to see what is happening. And you know that will happen with the effort that we are doing in different teams. As Gitau has said, we are reaching out to schools, reaching out through tournaments, through inviting people, just events, and making our people know that there's this game. Coming here to talk is also another way to make people know about the game. Yes. So some years to come, I know we'll be far ahead. That's our vision.
Gitau, in your quest to make the game popular, the game to be known, and of course spreading the message of this floorball, what is the greatest challenge you face so far in this journey?
Well, the greatest challenge remains one big challenge, which is the acquiring of equipments. Because even the federation, yes, they do have the equipments, and they do give us the equipments, but you see that comes at a fee. And now you remember now for clubs, we have to outsource our money. We have to make the money. The money comes from us. Or maybe there's, you see, a normal stick, which we will come with. It's just that today we have a match going on, so that's where our equipments are. But a normal stick for a beginner. So there are sticks for beginners. You can just use any stick. There's a stick for a beginner, which goes for maybe roughly 3,500. I know there's a professional stick, which could even go to the upwards of 7,000. So that remains as one of the most one of the biggest challenges that we have as floorballers in the country. So we are looking forward to solve this. We were trying to, we tried meeting with some people and trying to discuss whether we could maybe fabricate the sticks, but you know, there's standard, there's the gauges. So we're still working on that, and we're also looking for possible donations from the major countries that play floorball, like Sweden and Switzerland and Latvia. So we're really looking forward to the donations, and maybe we'll come up with something. But equipments remain the biggest challenge for us as floorballers.
And just on a follow-up on this, well, what is the role of federation in terms of supporting all this? How, in terms of management of the league, and how to make sure that such very logistical issues like that are being handled? So what is the support of the federation in all this?
Well, at times, yes, they do chip in. They do try award maybe sticks to players and maybe upcoming teams. But also, I think for them, since the equipments also come at a cost, then they still have to give them at a cost. But
it's like you have to buy. Like it's like you're buying.
Yeah, mostly it's buying. It's buying. Either it's buying. So yeah, we still have to buy the sticks.
So how is it? You only support kweli, if you're buying.
Well,
anyway, so Miriam, how would you say the biggest support or the support that you get from the federation? But it's how are they helping? How are they chipping in to actually try and improve the status of the league in terms of support, things like that? What is their contribution?
What I can say is one of the support that I can give back a hand to the federation is giving their time to us. Like last year when we were preparing for the championship in Cote d'Ivoire, they really had time with us, ensuring that we are fit to the level of being able to go and represent our country. That is one. So I believe it's part of the support, because we were not paying them to be with us, to ensuring that we are equipped, training us, ensuring that every player has improved. So that was one of the support that I can give back a hand and to them. And also the federation also at some point they join us in hand, like now we have there's a tournament that we have for one of our player, the late Outa. He was a player of KU. We lost a player, KU player, and we're organizing a tournament for him. And actually the Fed is holding hand with us and programming and ensuring that they are providing maybe the rings for the game, the posts. That is support to me.
At a cost or free?
No, that one is not at a cost. It's
okay.
Free. Yes.
Anyway, so even we try to wind up this discussion. Well, Gitau, now that the league is coming to a wire and we are really stretching out to the final lap, so projection as a very key stakeholder, coaching process, and of course, so where do you see your team when we wind up the league? Are you targeting maybe top 3, top spot, or where do you see yourself?
So I could say this statistically, not favoring my team, but using statistics, the past leagues and the past tournaments that we've participated in, we've scored trophies for both the ladies and the gents team. So we are that good, irrespective of all this misery. We are that good. So as the league winds up, I expect top 2 for the men. Top 2 for the men. And top 3 for the ladies. They really outdo themselves too.
Yeah, and currently, where do you stand? Are you close to those top 2, top 3 for the men?
Yes, but today's match really matters. So however we perform today, that matters how we are placed in the league.
All right.
Yeah, so we really have to do ourselves today.
All right.
Yes.
And Miriam, projection for the team, and of course, where do you stand right now?
Okay. What I can say is projection. Of course, we always look forward for the best. That is one. Though I can say for the ladies team, we've had a little bit of challenges, because you see, for the ladies, some of us take leave, maternity leave, some of us are in work. So at times you find that maybe if you have 2 strikers in the team, maybe one of them is not around, and it becomes so hard for the other striker to work alone. So you find that some of the maybe the expectations you had, the objectives, you might not achieve all of them, because we all look for the top. Nobody will ever look for 3, 2. We all look for the top. But what I can say, even if we don't achieve the top, still will be somewhere, and we're looking forward to get the award, because we've been getting it, and we are still going to get it despite the challenges that we have.
Okay. So today's match is at what time? And for those maybe, where are you playing that particular match? Which team are you playing? And if someone is watching and maybe amekuwa attached with your story na nataka maybe kusukuma kakitu mununue yako nika stick. Hiyo ka stick. So kunaenda aje? Ama mwenye anataka kuwa join reach aje?
Well, I'll start with your first question. where the match will be today. So the match is still go on at Nita. The match today, our match today starts at 4 p.m. So if anyone is interested to join in, they can just rush there just before 4, maybe to experience the game. But also we have an email that you can reach to us. But we use that as a team of shareholders. So it's borensportshouse@gmail.com. So if you have any queries, if you want to join our team, if you want to play for us, just email us at borensportshouse@gmail.com.
Okay.
Yes.
So the match venue is still the same venue, where and at what time?
Okay, the match, as you said, today the ladies, we didn't have a game. It was the men's day for the game, so our league probably maybe next week. Yes, but maybe something we didn't mention is through the Beast Floorball Club, at least part of us were able to be founders of also Boren Sports House, which is also helping us grow the game. Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe it's a challenge for some of us because maybe tuko sawa in terms of age, tuko same, but founders are these founders are quite a big word. What's the secret?
Well, they always say you just start. You don't have to. You just start where you can and however you can. So so what we did about the Boren Sports House was we came together as coaches of different sports. They're not just floorball now. We're speaking of frisbee. We're speaking of floorball. We're speaking of football. We're speaking of skating. So we came together as coaches and decided to form one uniform thing that we can sell. So if you want maybe a frisbee game or you want to be trained on frisbee, we know who we can refer you to.
Okay.
So we also actually we are on the progress of starting a frisbee team. So maybe next week.
All right.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because time is not our friend, but I'm your friend. But time is not our friend. So I will give you each just 1 minute for your closing remarks. So let me start with the lady.
Okay, my closing remarks first. Thank you for the opportunity to come here and have a time to talk about floorball. It's a very nice game. Actually, I started playing floorball in 2017. And it has been a walk with me, and yes, something that keeps you busy with the passion of it. You're able to see fruits. You can train a child and see this child is growing in it. So it's a plus to me, and I'll reach out to maybe institutions which haven't yet recognized the game, or maybe they are still 50-50, they're not sure about the game. I would say that you come out, show up, and our support is going to be there. Just as we got the support, it's going to be there for the growth of the game in the country, and also for self-development.
All right.
Yes.
Gitau, you are closing remarks.
Well, first of all, thank you for having us here. So also being a player of floorball for 7 years, I want to thank the entire floorball fraternity, because now we are like a family. So first of all, I thank every floorball player, and I urge them that we continue in the same spirit. Also urging if maybe there are institutions or people who want to join the floorball and maybe want to join our team specifically, you can reach us out at the email of borensportshouse@gmail.com. And also we continue to urge the Kenyan Federation, the Kenyan Sports Federation, the Ministry of Sports, Kenya. We continue to seek that they help us maybe grow the sport, and we look forward to growing the game.
All right.
Yes.
Well, even me personally, now I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Grow the sport, spread the message. It's possible, and have fun. It's a good way of having fun. And of course, that is Gitau, Warren, and of course Miriam, just giving us some insight about the status of the league, the projection, where they see themselves in 3 to 5 years to come. And of course the future looks bright. And there's a very quite impressive discussion about the floorball. Now, kama huko unajua floorball in exist, at least now you know, and you know where to at least kuanzia. You can go there if maybe you have free time today at exactly 4 p.m. Go have fun, enjoy the game. And for the sponsors there, both sponsors, stakeholders, and the Ministry of Sports. Simple message to you. Come in, cheap, lend a hand, support the game, and make it grow even bigger. Because through sports like this, our young men and you know, women will get this opportunity to at least make something out of this talent. And that is the global message, the initiative that is happening right here, and that is what to expect. And of course, remember, before even we call it a day, we still have a lot of, you know, activities going on here in the country and of course across the globe. And just to bring you up to speed, remember we have the ongoing preparation for the World Cup qualifiers. That is where Harambee Stars of course will be taking this. And for my guest, I want to thank you so much for that, and wish you all the best even as you continue with this global initiative that you're doing. It's a good work, and yeah, let floorball be known. And let me take this particular moment to take. Should I take a short break or? All right. So let's take a short break, and of course, when we come, I'll bring you up to speed with some few areas. Remember, even as we close this particular show, remember we have a lot in store for you. You're still tracking the UEFA Champions League, the final, and don't forget our question of the day that we are asking you. We still want you to give in your views, comment. You can talk to us on all of the social media platforms. Remember, we are asking which team between Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid do you support? So let's take this a short break and we'll sample some of your feedback. Alright, so we are now coming to the final stretch of this of the sports show. And remember, we still have a couple of events lined up for this particular day. We have the finals of the UEFA Champions League between Real Madrid and of course Borussia Dortmund, and that final will be played today at Wembley Stadium at exactly 10 p.m. East Africa time. And that forms the basis of our question of the day, where we are asking you, which team do you think will win the UEFA Champions League 2024 edition? Talk to us, and of course we'd like to hear your views and thought on this particular subject. And remember, in line with that, we still have some preparation for the World Cup qualifiers, and that is Harambee Stars will be up against Burundi and of course Ivory Coast. This is the Africa heavyweights, the African Cup of Nation champions, that is the Ivory Coast and that particular one. And before we wind up the show, remember there is key interesting aspect that came up in regard to this these World Cup qualifiers. One of them now being that Kenya was supposed to, this is a home match for Kenya, but it will be played in Malawi. And there's been some sort of, reaction from the Kenyans and even players themselves. And there is a small reaction, from Engine Firat and of course Captain Michael Olunga, just giving their thought about this, if indeed it really affect the team or not. And let's take a look at it.
Iko focused, kila mtu kuna imani, tumekuwa tukitrain vizuri na tuna matumaini. Sasa hii mechi zimefika, now the real World Cup qualifiers, na si wote tunajua nini na tungoja hapo mbele. Tunaenda kucheza Malawi, of course tungetaka sana tucheze nyumbani, lakini ndio hivyo, tutaenda huko na tutajikaza na hopefully tutatoka na matokeo mazuri.
That's the most important thing is if you play all the time outside, you have to adapt always to different countries, different fields, different situations, different stadiums. Everything is different, and to adapt to it is very difficult for a player. So therefore, why in this situation it was the best choice for us is because the players know it there. The people in Malawi are positive against us. So, and I hope also we have a good relation with the people there. This means also federation or the coach. We are close friends with the coach of Malawi, and I hope that we will get also support from the Malawi fans. This is the reason why we are there.
All right, so that has been the bone of contention. Well, but given the fact that this is a home match for Harambee Stars, but it will be played in Malawi, we just hope that the same results that we have been seeing our team posting out there, especially during these away matches, will be replicated in these upcoming fixtures between Burundi and, of course, Ivory Coast. Now, the big question should be, will we be able to climb the mountain? I'm talking about the Africa heavyweight Ivory Coast by the statue, by the mere fact that they are the champions. Will you be able to manage to actually pose a challenge and at least give a shot for these qualifiers? Although the work ahead lies, the work ahead is quite heavy, and of course it requires prayer, dedication and support. And because maybe much of support will not come from Kenyans, in as much as we love to go and be there in Malawi and cheer our team, give them the support that they need, but we'll be banking on Malawi. Just like Engine Firat have said, we'll bank on Malawi, the Malawians, to give us the support that we need. And that is something that we'll just wait and see how the things and the event will unfold there as far as these two very critical fixtures are concerned. Remember, our first game was between Gabon, and of course we lost 2-1. Then we played against our second match against Seychelles, and we won heavy. That was a heavy beating against Seychelles, and we won 5-0. Currently, Kenya sits third in that pool F, alongside that pool that involved the host nation, or rather the leaders, Ivory Coast, Gabon, then Kenya. We have the likes of Burundi, Gambia, and of course Seychelles. And it's a pool of death, but if you ask me, because when you go by the standard of the FIFA, it's only the top team that will qualify for FIFA World Cup 2026, and the best runners-up in the 4 best runners-up will go to the playoff. And now that's the dilemma, because if you are to be safe in this and clinch this ticket, then it means anything short of top spot will be considered as a defeat. And of course, in line with that, so that's how the things that are events that are unfolding. And remember, that is something that we are still tracking. But today we have had a very critical discussion that is very dear as far as developing sports in the country is concerned. Remember, we have the ongoing Open Day Madaraka tournament that is currently underway in Kiwanja. That's where in Kiwanja, just a few kilometers from here. And the clerical call has been for stakeholders to actually, chip in, go there, support the game, help in nurturing these young talents. And in line with this, the global, the noble initiative that has been, being forwarded, or rather being discussed with various stakeholders in regard to this, football activities, and how to bring at least over 70 teams just to try and advocate for clean sport. And that is the clerical call from these coaches, and even the main objective of this particular event. Same case goes to the Floorball. For any stakeholders who is passionate enough to actually support sports in this country, then help upcoming sports like Floorball to actually thrive, give them conducive environment, the support that they deserve in terms of equipment, logistics, and even raising the status of the league. And I think that's a fair note to end this on the sports show. Many thanks for the men and women behind the scene, and for all those who made this production a success. My good name is Auma Evans. This is the Sports Show, on the Sports Show, and of course, until next time, the grace of God is God give us grace. We'll meet next time, same place, same time.